Welcome to the Sports Betting Podcast, where three friends attempt to profit off of one man's uncanny ability to pick losers. Operation Fade Jerry starts now.
Let's make some money.
Welcome back to Operation Fade Jerry. Here we are again, and we are going to open the show with some obvious examples of the Bennett effect that occurred last weekend. We'll get right in. First one's an easy one. Such an obvious Bennett effect, if you will. The West Virginia and BYU game. Jerry texted Pete and I probably around 10 o'clock at night. It was a West Coast game, ended late, like 1 a.m. But he basically said BYU looking really tasty at minus 18. And so a few minutes later, he sent over the ticket. He wants to interject already. Go, Jerry.
West Virginia's season is so bad. They're literally on their fourth string quarterback. People are jumping on the Neal bus, leaving town. Rich Rodriguez is back, has no clue what the hell to do with the team. And they, ESPN had them predicted to lose all the rest of their games after the first game of the year. They're really bad. And I follow them closely. And BYU was just stellar. I mean, they're the cream of the crop of the Big 12.
But let's talk about the facts. The facts are you took BYU minus 18.5. Second fact, they teased us. BYU was up 28-10 at halftime. Right. Looking good. Momentum is there. Then the Bennett effect comes into play the second half.
Let's do this chronologically.
And I said half a dozen times to myself, I need to cash out this bet. I need to cash out.
Let's do this chronologically. So Jerry sends his ticket over. He makes the bet a couple minutes into the game. I can speak for myself, Pete. I don't know if you were on the Cougars or not, or I'm sorry, the Mountaineers or not. But a few minutes later, BYU scored their first touchdown, and it was 7-0. And the line went to WVU plus 25.5. And I went ahead and made that purchase. Late in the game, BYU has a comfortable, I want to say, 37-17 lead, right?
Right.
And WVU has the ball and driving, and they get it to the BYU goal line with probably 2 minutes to play, something like that. The referees must have called 5 straight penalties to give more opportunities to WVU to score. Because the refs all know about the Bennett effect, obviously. However, BYU's defense holds true, unbelievably. And they get the ball back. Turnover on downs, they get the ball back. And they have it first and 99 to go at their own 1-yard line with maybe a minute 30 left. They go 3 and out quickly. I think WVU had expended most of its timeouts, but had enough, like 40 seconds left, 30 seconds left. BYU punts, WVU fair catches, and then they put in the backup quarterback who's got it first and 10 on the 50. He runs 2 plays, complete passes both, I believe. And then third and long from like the 45, 50-yard line, he throws up a prayer, and sure enough, it's a WVU touchdown. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And Jerry, you're a West Virginia fan. And you were going against West Virginia, which even makes it more complex. But bottom line, backup quarterback, they end up covering. Painful Friday night for those viewers. Officially, Fade Jerry doesn't sleep. It's 24/7, Friday night, Saturday, Sunday. If you were asleep like I was Friday, you miss out.
Yes.
Yeah, this was 1 a.m. Eastern time that this touchdown happened. Yeah. Yes. Insanity. Just insane.
Yes. So let's fast forward into the weekend and Saturday's college games, because yours truly had Vanderbilt plus the points, 10.5. And Florida State plus the points. I believe it was minus 7.5. I don't remember.
Here,
Vanderbilt.
let me help you.
Please go ahead. Oh, you're gonna look up what the spread was?
Here's your picks from last week.
There we
So
go.
you
So
yeah.
Vanderbilt.
Here's Jack. Vanderbilt over Alabama point spread 10.5 points at
Yep,
minus
knew that one.
112.
And
Yeah.
Florida State plus 4.5. Okay.
There
So
you go.
the Vanderbilt one is the one that really leaves a bad taste in my mouth because what
Now
happened
this
was
is
it's
me.
one.
Wait, this is me using my powers
Yes, you
to
bastard.
in my favor.
Yes.
It cracks me up. Go ahead.
No, it does not. It shouldn't crack anyone up. So essentially what happened is Saturday, this is one of my podcast picks. Jerry decides he's going to bet on Alabama. And Vanderbilt is covering the entire game, not playing well, mind you, but covering the entire game. Alabama manages to get the ball back. They have...
Correction. Correction. Wait, I bet on Vanderbilt.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. Yeah, my bad. Otherwise, yeah, you're right. So Jerry
bet the
bets on Vanderbilt.
I bet the Vanderbilt money line because I thought I was being fair to Jack, not doing his exact Vanderbilt point spread bet. I figure I'll just bet the money line. It was a really juicy odds, and I only put $5 on it. So I'm like, okay, if they win, I'm gonna make good money.
But you
Shouldn't really-
executed a bet. You bet Vanderbilt Commodores. But Jack, you got to get to how he slid in the bet,
I
how he
know.
threw the slider.
It just shows the power of the Bennett effect, that it will just take things in its path and chew them up and spit them out. And that's what it did to me because Alabama got the ball back with minimal time left on the clock. We're all thinking if they kick a field goal, I'm going to lose, which was true. I think at the time they had I don't know, 8-point lead maybe or something. But they decide on 4th and 2 or something, not to kick, but to give Vanderbilt a break. And they just ran the ball into the left side of the line, and the dude ran for a touchdown. And as they decided to not kick the field goal, I thought for a second this might work out, and then I thought immediately, there's no way I'm winning this bet. And sure enough, the Bennett effect had its way with me. And
I was pleasantly surprised because I was on Bama, but I came up with a new term because Bama was winning the game, but they weren't covering the spread. But they covered the spread with that 4th and 2, what I like to call as a front door cover. They're already ahead, so they're just adding on to what the victory was. So it's a front door cover, in my opinion.
But they weren't covering at the time.
But the team had no business or reason to make that score. They had the game won anyhow. The only reason to score those points is to screw Jack.
That's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
that
Well,
was-
and me.
to screw Jerry and
Right.
you know. Yeah, so I wasn't too happy. And then to top it all off, Jerry decides he was going to bet on on Florida State, which I was on again in a podcast pick. And I don't know, money line, whatever. It doesn't matter to me. What matters is he bet the team that I was on, which ultimately, it wasn't as bad as the Vanderbilt situation. Florida State was blown out, so probably not the best pick I've made in my life. But still, I have to wonder if Jerry didn't bet Florida State, what would have happened? I guess we'll never know. But some verifiable BE kind of hijinks over
Well, I
the
think
weekend.
Jerry got caught up with the mascot, the Florida State mascot. He really fell in love with them,
No.
and he just basically took Florida State, and Miami's a better team. So, Jerry, do not bet on. Well, do whatever you want to, Jerry.
Yeah.
No,
here we go.
Florida State was at home. They had the energy. They really, really, really could have won that game. Should have won.
All
that
right,
game.
can we stop crying over spilled milk
Yes.
and let's talk about the results?
Yes, go ahead.
So the
because,
results,
Rondo
let
wants
me-
to gloat a little bit.
Let me chime in here. We got the screen up already. So the results, you can look at Jack's results from last week. This is the real head turner that Jack ended up in a negative situation last week for the first time all season. He lost both of those Bennett effect games and his New York Jets. Oh, that was a Bennett effect too. Uh,
I actually won my pro picks record wise,
yeah.
but the college picks killed me. And
So
yeah.
so Jack ended up at a negative 2.33, and overall, let's look at the summer. Okay, Pete wants to see his. So here's Pete. Pete just had what I called a banner week, and Pete didn't even know what a banner was.
No,
So,
I know.
Okay, so he's got it now. Banner week, 10.75 total stars on the week. He won 5 out of 6 games. The dude, he doesn't know what to do.
And let's talk about the game that I lost was by a half a point with the Minnesota Vikings in Europe. So I was 1 Guinness away from being undefeated, ladies and gentlemen. 1 Guinness. But now's the time.
I bet the Browns on that game too. I don't know if you knew that at the time, but I
ride the Rondo train. Ride the Rondo train.
What are our season totals, Jer?
All right, season totals, summary stats looks like this. So Jack, you can see Jack taking a dive. He was up there around 12.74, dropped down to 10. Rondo makes a massive turnaround on the positive side, jumping up from minus 10.9 to almost even at 0. And Jerry made a little bit, I think my results were let's see here. My results, I had a positive result, positive 0.82 on the week right up here. So you could see graphically doing this. My spreadsheet.
Well, we can look at all these charts. We can look at all these spreadsheets. Bottom line, we're in week 5, week 6. The whole point of the show is what is Jerry going to wager on? And what does that mean to us, his colleagues, or to the audience? So really, you got to pay close attention. The first 4 or 5 weeks, hey, who's trending? Who's disappointing? Who's surprising us? That's great. That's wonderful. But the pure Bennett effect, the tornado, the hurricane, it's happening. And it took a little bit. You ever see like when you flush a toilet bowl and it builds up some, and then it flushes?
I'm flushing. All right.
It's quite the analogy, Pete.
Stop sharing my screen, and we will immediately jump into this week's picks.
Let's get to it, Jerry.
Of course, I get to start because these boneheads always want to fade me. So we'll start with the college picks. I have a new strategy this week. My first pick is a SGP, single game parlay. Okay. That means I'm picking 2 things in one game. And most people are not going to be aware of this, but this is a huge game this week. The game is South Florida at North Texas. North Texas is 5-0. This is an AAU rivalry. This is to see who goes to the championship, basically, for the AAC conference. And South Florida is an underdog by 1.5. And one of the big things in this game, though, is North Texas is 5-0, and you look at both of these teams. North Texas, they haven't scored less than like 35 or 40 points any game. They're just crushing their opponents. They've had one quality win. Can't remember who it was. I think it was Army.
So we got the Army. Friday Night Lights versus the Swamp People.
That's right. It was Friday Night Lights versus the South Florida Swamp. So I got a parlay. I got South Florida in a money line plus the over. Now get this. The over is 66.5. And all the media, all those articles are saying take the under. This is going to be a defensive battle because I ain't buying it. I think they're all on the side of the sports books. They're just juicing the sports books. I think this game's going way up. Both of these teams are scoring over 30 to 40 points each week. I'm taking the money line on South Florida plus the over for plus 288 points, and I'm putting 3 stars on that so that if I win, I'm going to get almost 9 stars out of that game. How about that?
Could be the dumbest bet of the year, but okay, what else?
That's just
Okay.
wrong.
All right. If it pays, you're gonna eat those words.
Oh, I'll eat my words, but parlay, ladies and gentlemen, you've got to win both sides.
Barley.
Odds aren't good.
Parlay, yeah.
And
All
I
right.
think you got suckered into that high number at 66.5. They lured you in.
I am
Third.
taking that over. They are gonna blow it out. All right. My second college pick is we got a big game. Ohio State at Illinois. Illinois number 17, Ohio State's obviously number 1. Illinois has been coming along. Illinois is making good showings. They have moved up in the polls. Ohio State's going into their stadium. Ohio State's very confident. They're number 1. They got all. I don't think this is going to come out well for Ohio State. They may win the game, but Illinois is getting 14 points here at home. I'm taking Illinois point spread 14 points over Ohio State at minus 105. 2 stars. Those are my college picks.
All right.
Who's next?
Good. Rondo, you're up.
Yeah, I'll jump. Okay, so I'm going to jump on UCLA plus 8.5. So just for 2 stars at Michigan State, I was impressed by UCLA last week versus wonderful Penn State. UCLA plus 8.5, minus 112, but I'm just going to do it for 2 stars. So I think UCLA got rid of the coach. Their program's turning around. Big emotional win for them over Penn State. 8.5 points is a lot. I think that their offense is good enough to cover that spread. So like UCLA plus 8.5, minus 112 for 2 stars.
Who they playing?
Game,
Michigan? Wait,
Michigan
Michigan State? Yeah.
No, I'm sorry, UCLA.
They're
Right,
playing Michigan
They're
State.
playing Michigan State.
Yeah, they're at Michigan State, plus
Yeah.
8.5, UCLA Bruins. Next game, Red Wibble Rivalry. So
What?
everybody knows Texas versus Oklahoma, big rivalry, usually a high-scoring game. I took a look at this game, and I'm just going to go with Oklahoma. I saw them a few weeks back versus Michigan, was really impressed. Let's get something straight. Arch Manning is not one of the best quarterbacks in college. You know, in the beginning of the season, I think there was a lot of hype with him, but do a couple commercials, and, you know, maybe you're not as focused. I'm really liking the Sooners in this game. So the Sooners I have, and who's the quarterback of Oklahoma? He's one of the best quarterbacks in college. Mateer?
Mateer. Yes.
Yes, Mateer, I'm going to say. So Arch Manning, not one of the best quarterbacks in college. Mateer, definitely one of the best quarterbacks in college. Going to the spread, I believe it was -3. Let me just take a look 1 second. Sorry, guys. No, sorry about that. Oklahoma plus 1.5, minus 115 for 3 stars. So actually getting a 1.5. Going with the Sooners.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Third game.
Wait a second. That's all you need
well,
to pick right now.
That's all you get.
I'll save that for the bonus pick, Jackie. All yours, man.
You may use that during bonus time. Okay, so Nebraska plus 6. Maryland took a gut punch loss to Washington. Scored 24 unanswered fourth quarter points to lose 24-20 in front of their first home sellout since 2023. Now they have to get back up to play a scrappy Nebraska squad who really beat a really good Cincinnati team. I'm liking Nebraska in this game. Yes, it's Nebraska -6, minus 112 odds. I like them to lay it on Maryland again. Maryland in a bit of a tough spot there. My other pick,
how many stars? How many stars?
My bad. Let's go 2 stars on that. My other pick, for the record, I hate both of Rondo's picks. I think he's on the soft side on both of those, and it comes down to which one do I want to fade him on. I know I should probably be fading Jerry here, but I'm going to fade Rondo, and give me Michigan State plus 8.5. I'm sorry, minus 8.5. UCLA clearly won the Super Bowl last week, probably still hungover from that game. And I can't see them getting ready to play, go halfway across country to play Michigan State. So give me the Spartans minus 8.5, minus 108 odds, Jerry. And I will take that for 2 stars as well.
All right, bring it.
Yeah, buddy.
All right, you got it. 2 stars. And let's see, Pete, you had Oklahoma, Texas. At how many stars was that?
3 stars, Sooners.
3 stars. All right. All right.
I like
Bonus
Texas
pick.
in that game.
Bonus
Oh,
pick
yeah,
time.
yeah,
And
no,
I
no.
get
Jared Pros. You're up for the pros.
Oh, I get to do pros.
Yeah,
All
of
right,
course you
pros
do.
it is. All right, big rivalry game, conference rivalry game. Browns and the Steelers. Obviously, you can see who I like. This game is never more than a field goal. I mean, they always beat the shit out of each other in this game, and it always comes down to the last minute, and someone kicks a field goal and wins it. But DraftKings has this at Cleveland Browns plus 5.5 points. So I'm going with that. I'm taking my Brownies. Point spread at Pittsburgh plus 5.5 points at minus 110. That's my first one.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
My next pick is we got the worst team in football playing the guys that just beat the Buffalo Bills, and is only a minus 3.5 point spread for the New England Patriots. So I am taking New England Patriots minus 3.5 points against the worst team in football, the New Orleans Saints, at minus 110. And these are all 2-star bets for me. All my pro picks are 2 stars. So there you go. That's 2. Last but not least, another victim of actually not a victim. This was a benefactor of the Bennett effect on Monday night that Jack and I watched so painfully in the Caesars Casino. This week, Jacksonville Jags are hosting Seattle Seahawks. And this is a very odd line, and I have already placed this bet because it's such an odd line. Jacksonville is favored to win at minus 1.5 points on the point spread, but the odds are plus 105. So I am taking Jacksonville over Seattle, minus 1.5 points at home, plus 105, 2 stars. That's it.
Very nice.
That made my day easy.
Could be some fading. I predict some fading.
Absolutely, there's some fading. Let's just jump right into it because it doesn't require a lot of analysis. So let me summarize as well. The show is called Officially Fade Jerry. So I could get into all the technicals, offense, defense, momentum. Bottom line is this. It's about making money and good investments. So I will take the New Orleans Saints at home plus 3.5, minus 110 for 3 stars. The Saints at home plus 3.5, minus 110, 3 stars. Second game, love the Steelers, minus 5.5. Going to take them. 2 Officially Fade Jerry, 2 Bennett effect picks. Totally screwed up my playbook. Going to go with the Steelers, minus 5.5, minus 110 for 3 stars. Steelers at home. Hey, Dylan, you had a great game in Europe. Oh, we love your left hand. He's going to go into Three River Stadium or wherever they call it, Steelers Stadium now. A little bit of panic mode. The crowd's going to get behind the Steelers. Aaron Rodgers, love him or hate him, he's playing okay this year. I do see the Steelers covering that spread, minus 5.5. I thought they should be favored by minus 7.5, minus 8.5. But I think Cleveland's getting some respect because they played the Vikings close. So 2 fade Jerry's.
What's the payout?
3 stars, minus 5.5, minus 110.
Right.
So 2 fade Jerry's. Last pick I'm going to do is the Chicago Bears. Bears are playing the Panthers. So I think Bears' big emotional victory over the Raiders. The third wager I was going to do was going to be the Panthers and the Cowboys over. I was going to do the Bears Commanders over, but I had to replace that with one of the fade Jerry's. So God forbid if my Bears and Commanders have a high scoring game, I'll be upset. Bottom line, I'm going to go with the over with the Cowboys and the Panthers. Cowboys and Panthers, even though they've been losing games this year, they've been scoring a hell of a lot of points. And Jerry, as someone that's lived in Carolina, I've heard that people are keeping the game on during the second half, which is something new for the Panthers. So love them or hate them, they've been a little bit more exciting to watch this year, throwing up 30, 40 points. Bottom line is Panthers, Cowboys, the over plus 49.5. for 3 stars, minus 110. So 2 fade Jerry's and 1 over with the Cowboys, Panthers. And off to you, Jack.
Wait,
thank you, sir.
You said Cowboys, Panthers is 3 stars. Steelers, Browns is how many stars?
3 stars.
And Saints, Patriots, how many stars?
3 stars.
Wow.
This is what the show is about, Jerry. Don't think, just fade.
I'm going to make some hats. I'm going to make hats that say that. Don't think, just fade.
OFJ. All right. Let's get the fading out of the way. I was all set to make the Jags my pick. -1.5 plus 105, but I don't even know what the odds are, Jared, but I'm certainly going Seattle now, plus 105 or plus 1.5. Let me look up the odds real quick. Apologies. Here we are. It is -125 taking Seattle in the points. But
How
go
many
ahead and write me
points?
down for that.
1.5 points?
That is correct.
Now, I do have a vision that the Jags will win by 1 point.
Well, that would suck for everybody.
No, not for me.
You got
Uh,
1.5.
I'm
I
just
do have
saying, I have that
1.5.
weird vision.
Yeah,
so-
well,
Oh,
it
go
would.
on.
Okay.
Who on earth would that shock? I mean, come on. My second game, we're
many
going
stars?
to go. Oh,
How
yeah,
many
sorry.
stars?
Let's go 3 stars on that. Yeah,
That's a total
mean,
fade.
I
Total
got to roll
fade.
with what works.
All right.
Respect Rondo for
Carry on.
for knowing what works. Game number 2, I like the Chargers in a bounce back situation. 4.5 points. I'm going to lay -108. I think the last 2 weeks they've, had a rough time of it, and they need to refocus and really lay the wood. And I think the Dolphins are certainly, a team that can be had. So let me have the Chargers -4.5, -108 odds. And my last game, we're going to go to Sunday Night Football. I'm
How
sorry,
many
it's
stars on-
actually
How many
Sorry,
stars on
what?
the Chargers? How
give
many
me 2
stars on
stars on the Chargers. The line's a little bit hinky for me, so let me have 2 stars there. And I'm sorry, it's not Sunday Night Football. It's Sunday late game. I'm going to take Tampa Bay -3 against the 49ers, -115 odds, Jar. I think the Niners have been playing just a little bit over their heads. Been playing well, and a lot of injuries, and they seem to come together as a team, and they're well coached. But I think they're due for a good spanking, and I think the Bucs have the talent and the quarterback to get that done. So let me have the Bucs -3, and we'll do 3 stars on that bet as well.
3
We didn't even
stars?
talk
on
about that last week, that the 49ers upset the Rams and the Patriots upset the Bills. 2
Yep.
big money line dog
Yeah.
upsets.
Yeah.
I remember on the podcast I said I'm not going to bet the game, but if I was going to bet it, I would take the 49ers. Just
What
something
was the
spoke to me about
odds?
the game.
Jack, with the odds, Tampa Bay was -110?
Yeah, it's -115.
115. Okay. You get less. All right.
Yes, indeed. It's
So-
bonus time.
It's bonus time, and I go first. So, with that, I would like to point a few things out to Peter that maybe he didn't know. The Oklahoma Texas game. That we all know the Red River rivalry. This can go either way. The bookies have no idea who's going to win this game. But there's a few things to consider. Is Arch Manning going to continue to play? If so, he could very well fuck this up. If not, then they've got another quarterback that can come in and not know what he's doing. But the real question is Mateer, the Oklahoma quarterback, is he going to play? He's injured at the moment. And they've got sophomore Michael Hawkins Jr. who will step in if Mateer can't go. And it doesn't look like he's going to go. But the juice of this is Michael Hawkins was the quarterback last year when they beat Texas 34-3. And I'm sorry, Texas crushed Oklahoma 34-3 last year. Anyhow, I think the guy can play this year and has that vendetta to make up. So either Oklahoma is going to have Hawkins Jr. that's got a vendetta, or Mateer is going to come back in and he's going to scorch Texas. So I'm also going with Oklahoma over Texas, money line, odds 102 for my bonus pick.
Oh, God. Jerry, everything was going great. You threw in the slider at the end. You're doing what you did to Jack last week. But it is what it is.
That's it.
It's been recorded, so we're both going with the Sooners. All I can ask is the gambling gods that they allow me to graciously win the 2 NFL games that I'm fading Jerry on. But I'll tie you with the Oklahoma. I'm fine with that. But I'll be saying my prayers to Zeus, Apollo, and Frank Sinatra.
Pete, I have one thing to say. Thank
Yep,
you.
that's a tough one. He got you good on that.
Yeah, indeed.
Oklahoma.
All right, I'll go to my bonus
Pete,
pick.
I think we're gonna cash, Pete. We're gonna cash. We'll be
Okay.
all right.
No, you're not.
Bonus pick for me: Chicago Bears, Washington Commanders. The over, another over, plus 45.5. It says it was that Monday night game. Last year was a high-scoring game, as you remember. Washington won that game with a Hail Mary. I do think there's a little bit of revenge factor with the Bears. Bears have been playing well lately. I think things are coming together under the new coach, Ben Johnson. I do like a high-scoring affair. So I just think Washington and Chicago, not very good defenses. I look at plus 45.5 pretty low. So I really like that bet. I'm going to do that bonus pick for 3 stars plus over 45.5 for minus 110. So that's my bonus pick. Bears, Washington over. Send it to you, Jackie.
Thank you, sir. I'm going to break some news to the NFL viewing public. The Chiefs aren't that good. I mean, they're just not. They're a one-man team. The quarterback's great. We all know it. But their offensive line isn't good. Their defense is okay. Their skill positions aren't good. They lost to the Jaguars in a game they should have won. Just they're not. I mean, you can look at their season last year. It wasn't great, and they got into the Super Bowl and got smacked around. The Lions are a very good team, and I'm more than happy to take them getting points in this situation in a game that they'll probably win outright. So give me the Lions plus 2.5, minus 110 for the Sunday night game. And I will make that a 3-star pick.
Okay, wow. It's really, if Chiefs lose this game, their season could be over.
Yeah, I just see the Lions being the better team. I see the Lions being able to score 35 points in that game and the Chiefs not being able to keep up.
I
I'm a little
really like
surprised
that.
because, Jack, you usually go with a team emotionally when they need this win. They absolutely need this win, but they definitely should have won that game last week. So they could have the sadness, the blues carrying over from that Jaguars game, and then they bring it to the Detroit game, and then their season's over.
Pete, what you just
I mean-
said, they needed that game last week. It was a huge conference game, and they couldn't get it done. If anything, that's a gut punch that they'll have to wear this week. Bringing into this game, it might affect them. In this game. So, I do like the Lions here. Go ahead, Jer.
That had nothing to do with the Chiefs Monday night. That had absolutely nothing to do with them. That was all me.
That is
Okay.
true. And by the way, I had the Jags. I cashed.
How many
Don't think,
stars?
just fade.
How many
What's that?
stars, Jack? How many stars?
3 stars, please.
3 stars. All right. And Pete, your Chicago Bears over how many
3
stars?
3 stars plus 45.5. But Jerry, I
Alright.
do have to ask, if you were going to make T-shirts, don't think, just fade. Like, what would you sell those on eBay for? $39.99, $29.99?
Well, if I sold them this week, it'd probably be $19.99 or $29.99.
Okay, but the retail value could go up.
That's the thing. You got to buy
Okay,
them now
so if
because
you
they're gonna-
purchase
they're gonna be
early,
worth lots of money coming.
you purchase early the memorabilia, but by week 16,
Yeah.
it could be hotcakes. 99.9.
Yeah.
99.99.
All right. Any other final thoughts, boys?
Best month of the year, man. October, loving it.
Don't think, just fade. I like it.
As always, Fade Jerry
Good
out.
night.